Number 10. Britney Spears. Apparently when Prince William and Britney Spears were younger, they tried to get together. A journalist claimed that while the Duke of Cambridge, now 39, and the pop star, also 39, were in contact, their relationship never escalated. There may have been phone conversations, but I don't recall that they ever actually managed to get together during that period, he said. Number 9. Cindy Crawford. William had a huge crush on Cindy Crawford. I think it's very cute, Anderson shared. So, Princess Diana, being the kind of person she was, she arranged for a meeting with him when he was like 14, said biographer Christopher Anderson. He pretty much had his pick as he grew up of women to date, and there was always hope that he'd link up with someone from another foreign noble family or something. Anderson told publisher Us. I don't see why he didn't pursue Cindy Crawford. She is absolutely stunning. Number 8. Kate Moss. When William was younger and still married to Catherine, Kate Moss seemed to have flirted with him. The 40-year-old supermodel came face to face with the prince at a star-studded fundraiser the 31-year-old royal hosted, and a TV crew caught their private conversation on camera. Kate smiled at the prince and said, "Where's your wife? She's not here?" William then confirmed Duchess Catherine was absent from the event, to which the British beauty tilted her head to one side and gazed into the prince's eyes, before smiling and replying, "Such a shame. Sounds like she's trying to wreck a home, eh?" Number 7. A resident at a care home. The encounter, which was captured on film and shared on the official Instagram page of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, is downright adorable. While chatting to care home resident Betty, the prince is told off by a woman behind the camera. "Could you stop flirting with my residents?" she chastised, to which William responded while laughing, "Sorry, I'm trying not to. I'm not sure who's flirting more." The entire situation was super cute, and I think personally more people should flirt with old ladies. Number 6. People at his university. With the couple first meeting at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, Kate Middleton and Prince William were close friends before their budding romance blossomed. So just as you hope any good friend would do, Kate always had William's back, and often had to help him out of awkward social situations. According to a royal expert, this made William quite nervous, as he was too polite and didn't know how to reject advances from women he had no interest in. Will was getting really hit on by this girl at a party, and it was getting quite uncomfortable because he couldn't shake her off. He was being really polite, but this girl just didn't take a hint, Kate wrote in her book. Number 5. Jennifer Lopez. The couple Kate and William were greeted with several A-lister celebrities, one of which was Jennifer Lopez. Kate's smiling, sure, but no one is smiling more than Jennifer Lopez and Prince William. Lopez even put a hand on his arm in a warm greeting, which William didn't seem to mind at the time. The BAFTA Awards in 2011 were no joke, with some amazing looks from celebrities. Lopez wore a stunning green dress that made her look like a goddess. No wonder William was so happy. Number 4. Kate Middleton. Yes, I know this makes a lot of sense considering they're married, but the royals are known to be extremely subtle. Only a few records exist of Kate flirting with her husband, especially in public. On some occasions you can see Kate saying some flirtatious things, dancing towards him, or clinging to him hard. Their relationship is actually very cute and really makes me happy to see. Number 3. Meghan Markle. On many occasions on their outings together, Prince William and Meghan Markle have been seen very close and touchy with each other. The prince seemed to be avoiding her more and more often these days, looking away from her and ignoring her on public engagements. Meghan has, however, given him long embraces and stared him up and down on multiple occasions. It is a rumor that the Duchess of Sussex is trying to flirt with him to get his power for herself and shade the Princess of Wales in the process. Number 2. Paris Hilton. Prince William reportedly turned flirtatious as soon as he saw Paris Hilton at a London nightclub. The 26-year-old invited the hotel heiress to his table after spotting her walk in with singing pal Christina Aguilera. According to a source, the prince even tried flirting with Paris at Mayfair Club Whiskey Mist. From the moment she walked in, William only had eyes for her, The Sun quoted a source as saying. Number 1. Sophie Taylor. Sophie Taylor, the blonde model from Prince William's escapades in Switzerland, is the only person benefiting from said escapades. While Prince William is mired in hot water back at home in England, with his entire family seething at him, Sophie is basking in the glow of being that blonde model that Prince William was flirting with. Sophie even decided to give an interview about the increased in tension, telling the Daily Telegraph, "If anything could come from this, that is definitely what I would hope." Looks like Sophie was trying to get her 5 minutes of fame at the prince's expense.
Cheryl Cole. Before Meghan and Harry became the happy couple we see today, Harry was a bit of a ladies' man, and I mean the guy's a charmer. Harry made it fairly public he found Cheryl Cole attractive, and that didn't go one way, as Cheryl told Graham Norton she would love to go on a date with Prince Harry. Sadly for Harry, Cheryl found love with the dancer Trey Holloway, but luckily because of that, we get to see cute photos of baby Archie. Lauren Pope. A swift nudge, some texts, and that was the end of this love story that never was. A very unusual pairing they would have made, but Lauren revealed the way to Harry's heart is to elbow him. Literally, that's how they met. She accidentally bumped into him, elbowing him, to which they fell in love at first sight. Well, not really at all. They actually just exchanged numbers, had a quick convo, and then someone got ghosted. I wonder who. Molly King. Harry is an adventurous man, and his most likely most fun adventure was the one of which he landed in Popland. His adventure started when he snapped with Molly at Bunga Bunga Club. I want to mention a very odd name for a club. The romance was denied, but then it was confirmed by Molly. Boom. They had a little fling. Had to be Harry. She confirmed they did in fact go out for a drink. Personally, I try to stay away from Molly at the club, but to each their own. Flirting with Pippa. On his brother William's wedding day, Harry managed to still make headlines after being accused of flirting with Kate's sister Pippa Middleton. He was allegedly overheard telling her she looked very beautiful at different points during the day. Harry's friends even claimed there was definitely a spark between them. I mean, it's just a compliment, I'm sure out of respect. Don't look into it too much. And in his defense, she did look beautiful. Ashley Roberts. Harry was having a great time drinking with his friends, a club source told us. He had a good old flirt with some cute girls, including Ashley Roberts. But it was just banter, and he spent most of the night with his friends in Bay in the VIP area, the source also added. The guy can obviously spit some game from what I'm hearing. I guess constant press and media training teaches you not only to talk clearly, but smoothly. Sarah Ann Macklin. During the very early stages of his relationship with Meghan, Harry was thought to have gone on dates with Burberry model Sarah Ann Macklin, Levin said. They met at a private party. He took her number and bombarded her with texts, but it turned out just to be a fling, Levin added. They apparently met at a private party whilst Harry knew Meghan, but they weren't official. As much as they did date, it was very short-lasted, wasn't anything serious. I think Harry is becoming my hero though. Jenna Coleman. This was a hoax, a lie, a media twist, so instead we shall debunk said media twist. It's been widely claimed that Harry acted flirtatious during an encounter with his ex-girlfriend Jenna Coleman. This was a few months into his marriage, and these were the headlines that his eyes were on his ex and all that stuff. Well, the story more went like this. Harry had to walk straight past Jenna to get to his table with Meghan. Jenna looked down while Harry looked straight ahead, while Meghan didn't seem to notice. That's the story. That's the extent of it. Cara Delevingne and Margot Robbie. Delevingne and Margot Robbie reminisce over the first time they met at a schmoozy event with some royals. During the interview, Delevingne spoke on her long friendship with Prince Harry before deciding to text him something pretty flirty and out there. According to Daily Mail, Delevingne, with the help of Robbie, wrote to Harry that he was often in her dreams. Prince Harry didn't fall for it though, replying suitably, "You two are obviously together. But I'm extremely glad I was in your dreams." Smooth man. Margot Robbie, aka my future wife, she said she didn't actually know that she was texting Prince Harry and thought it was just some random guy named Harry in Cara Delevingne's phone. J-Lo. I mean, first off, let's start with, can you blame him? And let's move on to what actually happened. Prince Harry and Meghan had an ultra-private dinner with Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez, to which apparently Harry was drooling over J-Lo, which is not a shocker. I think anyone in their right mind would. According to a source, this is how the night went. Harry spent a lot of the night chatting with her, who is not only even more stunning in person, but also extremely charismatic. Most men are totally captured by her, and Harry is only human, says our source. As for the part of chatting up Jennifer Lawrence, Meghan feeling jealous is a reach from the source though. Natalie Pinkham. 2006, a year for Harry. A picture was leaked of the two at the club enjoying themselves. A picture of which was private, and for a valid reason. A UK tabloid released this photo, which I'm sure at the time the media ate up. I'm fairly certain that we can't show this picture, nor can I say what was going on in the photo, but it does seem like Harry was enjoying himself. Rory McIlroy. A book claims that Meghan Markle flirted so hard with Rory that her boyfriend demanded to know whether or not she cheated with him. Rory first met Meghan Markle after he unexpectedly nominated her for the Ice Bucket Challenge, and she insisted he come to her friend's apartment in New York to dump the ice on her himself. The August 2014 encounter came just weeks after the Northern Irishman then 25, won the Open Championship in Britain. Tom Bauer writes in his book Revenge, Meghan and Harry and the War Between the Windsors, which was released in the UK, that Rory had just split from his blonde fiancée, Danish tennis player ace Caroline Wozniacki, and was reported to be chasing brunettes. Bauer writes, after Rory and Markle posted the Ice Bucket Challenge video, which raises funds for motor neuron disease research, they enjoyed a drink at the Fitzpatrick Hotel where the sportsman was staying. They were spotted by the hotel's owner, John Fitzpatrick, who invited them to join him at dinner with 20 pals at Kipriana that night. The following morning, Rory arrived at the Ridgewood Country Club 30 miles away to plan a new competition. After a hectic night, he fell back to 101st place. Bauer writes, nevertheless, he refused to sleep as usual near the golf course to be ready the following day. Instead, he drove back to New York to see Meghan. His performance suffered. I wasn't quite on my game, he confessed later. I was enjoying myself. As a huge fan of Rory, I say that the guy was just enjoying a night out. Don't read into it too much, UK. Come on, it's for charity. Sahaz of Sunset. The star of this show went to high school with Meghan Markle and had brought up some memories of their time together. Nima recounted a memory he had from Meghan of school on the Reality Life with Katie Casey podcast and started off by saying she was amazing and a woman among girls, which was a bit of a weird comment. He added, everyone was in love with her. She was sweet and very kind. He then followed that comment with this. She knew what she was doing. We were at a party one time and she sat on my lap. She got nose to nose with me. For a 16-year-old guy, it's a very emotional moment. She said to me in Farsi, you are so beautiful. I asked her, how do you know Farsi? She said, I learned it for you, then walked away. I call bull feces. But moving away from Meghan's flirting skills, Nima accused her of ghosting his friend Gabe, which left Gabe upset and apparently with a major chip on his shoulder, judging by the fact that Nima felt the need to bring this up. So let's be honest, Nima, this didn't happen, you just want attention. Boy band. Meghan Markle is apparently not immune to constant onslaught of snide comments and insinuations from the British media. This time, the story concerns Markle's single days before she'd even met Prince Harry, let alone started dating him. According to The Sun, Markle swapped tweets with former boy bander Max George back in 2013, possibly even around the same time that she swapped messages with a different British semi-celeb X Factor winner Matt Cardle. In other words, back when the Duchess of Sussex was single, she swapped messages online with a few British men while in the UK. Has The Sun never heard of online dating? The Sun sources doesn't seem to have much intel beyond the fact that Markle allegedly made contact with both these men, and did so using Twitter. Following her 2013 split from actor and producer Trevor Ingleson, Markle spent some time in the UK, during which alleged Twitter messages occurred. Per The Sun source, Meghan was reaching out to a number of celebs in the UK as she spent more time there. Max was one of the biggest stars in pop music at the time, and they connected on Twitter. They swapped a few messages and had a lovely conversation, but at the end of the day, nothing came from it. She then met her husband soon after. Matt Lawyer. According to a sensational report, the former Suits actress was allegedly caught in a sneaky dressing room hookup situation with disgraced American TV host Matt Lawyer following an appearance on the Us Today show before she started dating Harry. There was something going on between them. A snitch from NBC Network is alleged to have told the publication. The insider feared Meghan's May 19th wedding to Prince Harry was in serious jeopardy after now the actress' secret past has come to life. The on-set spy claimed Meghan had Matt, who was 60 at the time, vanished together, and that Meghan was spied going in the TV star's dressing room on at least 2 different occasions. Whether it was even just heavy flirting, Matt wouldn't have done it in front of his wife. If anything more, it went on behind closed doors. Matt was sensationally fired from NBC show last year after allegations of SA came to light. The source goes on to claim that while it was unusual for Matt to ask female guests to go backstage with him between segments, he usually left his office door open. However, with Meghan, he chose to keep that meeting private. What are your thoughts? George Clooney. NW claimed that George Clooney and Meghan Markle had a secret fling. Clooney had recently stood up for the Duchess of Sussex, calling her a really kind and smart and intelligent young woman who was being unfairly vilified by the press. The publication couldn't think of a single reason why Clooney would stick up for her, so they speculated that the two used to date. George and Meghan are great friends, but the way he's so publicly stood up for her makes it seem like they could have had some kind of past, an alleged insider told the magazine. The so-called source adds, "After all, Meg would be exactly George's type. She's beautiful and wants to make the world a better place. Plus, she goes after what she wants. She wouldn't have been afraid to make a move on George when they were both single." The article was vague about when Clooney and Markle first met on purpose, because the only reason Markle knows the Ocean 11's actor is because of her relationship with Prince Harry. Clooney and Prince Harry have been good friends since they met while both working on philanthropic projects. It has never been fully proven, so let's assume it's false out of good heart. Trevor Ingleson. Meghan walking down the aisle with Harry was a second time's the charm kind of situation, because before Harry, Markle was married to Hollywood producer Trevor Ingleson. Unlike her relationship with Harry, Ingleson and Markle progressed slowly. The pair met in 2004 and later became engaged in 2010. In 2011, their wedding was held at the Jamaica Inn in Ocho Rios. But the pair quietly split in 2013. In an awkward turn of events, Deadline reported that Ingleson is producing a comedy show about a man whose wife leaves him for a British prince. Now, where could he have came up with that idea? Corey Vitiello. Right before Meghan Markle went on her first date with Harry in June 2016, she was dating Canadian chef and restaurateur Corey Vitiello. The pair began dating in 2014 but parted ways in May 2016. The reason for their breakup is unknown, but Harry is said to have asked for Suits alum's phone number shortly after Markle and Vitiello split. According to The Telegraph, Meghan moved on and up with Harry not long after her relationship ended. Brett Ryland. Meghan is said to have dated TV actor Brett Ryland for 5 months. Brett, who lives in LA, starred in television show Mother's Little Helper and South of Nowhere. He later became a staff writer on Two Broke Girls, as well as working as a writer on the Disney Channel. He is now thought to be working in the business world. Sean Zakin. Meghan is also believed to have dated comedy writer Sean Zakin for 6 months in 2003. The pair met as students at university, embarking on a romance the year Meghan graduated. Sean has worked on TV shows Mystery Girl, Nail Files, as well as making a cameo appearance on Sex and the City as a waiter. The writer and producer who lives in LA also co-wrote TV movie Two Princes, which tells the story of Prince Charming arriving in modern-day California. Isn't this kind of ironic, considering that Meghan Markle ended up with her Prince Charming? And now her first boyfriend. According to sources, her first long-term boyfriend was Luis Seguera. In time-honored fashion, it was his sister Maria who set them up on their first date. The couple seeing one another regularly for nearly 2 years. She got to know the Seguera family well, including Luis' younger brother Danny, who played Sron in Oedipus Rex, and always credits Meghan, who was then 16, with encouraging him to take the stage. He says now a real estate agent, Luis describes her as sweet and fun, and according to Andrew, he was no doubt one of a number of voices encouraging her to enter the contest for St. Francis Homecoming Queen.
Massive crowds turned out to see them, and the Duchess' refreshingly informal approach was proving a hit. Behind the scenes, however, it was a different story. Although she enjoyed the attention, Meghan failed to understand the point of all those royal walkabouts, shaking hands with countless strangers. According to several members of staff, she was heard to say on at least one occasion during a 2018 tour, "I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this." Palace officials knew there was a lot riding on Meghan Markle. Her racial background, she has a black mother and a white father, and the fact she had a successful career as an actress also meant they couldn't afford to repeat the mistakes made with Princess Diana. In October 2018, Harry and Meghan spent 48 hours in Fiji on a tour. On the first night, they attended a state dinner hosted by the president, at which the Duchess wore a pair of diamond earrings. Kensington Palace said they were loaned but refused to say from whom. 2 years later, it was revealed that the chandelier earrings had been a wedding gift from the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. At the time of the wedding, there was nothing controversial about the gift. However, it was later said that the prince had ordered the killing of a journalist. Then the idea that Meghan would, at a state occasion, knowingly wear earrings given to her by a man accused of having blood on his hands was surprising to people. Meghan's staff in particular were shocked that she would wear them, given her previous public advocacy for women's rights in Saudi Arabia. So the Kensington Palace briefing that the earrings were loaned had been misleading. People told her that the earrings had been borrowed from the jeweler Chapard. However, it was not true. A couple of months after the dinner, a sharp-eyed reader from a blog called Meghan's Mirror spotted that they were from a collection by the Hong Kong jeweler Brittany, so not Chapard, and not borrowed from the jeweler. Was it an honest mistake, or was someone lying? And if so, why? Was there a secret relationship maybe? The earrings were even given another outing 3 weeks after Fiji, when Meghan wore them to the Prince of Wales' 70th birthday party at Buckingham Palace on November 14th. When the earrings had first appeared in photos, London-based staff responsible for registering details of all royal gifts had recognized them and alerted Kensington Palace. A source said, "We made a decision not to confront Meghan and Harry on it, out of fear for what the reaction would be." After the Duchess wore the earrings for a second time, an aide took up the matter with Harry. He is said to have looked shocked that people knew where the earrings came from. Later, Meghan's lawyer said at no stage did the Duchess tell staff that the earrings were borrowed from a jeweler, as this would have been untrue and therefore any suggestion that she encouraged them to lie to the media is baseless. 2 days later, they added, "It is possible she said the earrings were borrowed, which is correct, as presents from heads of state to the royal family are gifts to Her Majesty the Queen, who can then choose to lend them out to members of the family. If the earrings were loaned by the Queen, staff would have said so, and no one in normal conversation would have ever referred to them as being loaned. They were a wedding gift for Meghan to use as she liked." Meghan's lawyers also argued that she had no idea about Prince Mohammed's suspected involvement in the execution, but by the time she wore the earrings for a second time, this claim was even harder to sustain.
Back in 2004, when Meghan was still an aspiring actress, it was said she went out with former porn star Simon Rex. Whether or not these guys hooked up is still up for speculation, but we do know that Simon Rex was offered once $70,000 from a British tabloid to say that he slept with her, which he completely denied. The suit star told Larry King that her first kiss happened at theater camp in Los Angeles when she was only 13 years old. Her summer fling was Joshua Silverstein, a comedian who now appears on The Late Late Show with James Corden as a professional beatboxer. Okay, I only added him because he plays Mike Ross in US Network's hit drama Suits. They kiss a lot, so he technically hooked up with Meghan. Meghan's character is Rachel Zane, and they started off pretty rocky in the show, but things get better as the series progresses.
Jack Whitehall. During an interview on the Jonathan Ross show, Whitehall spoke of Prince William's reaction to a 2014 stand-up routine he did at the Royal Verity performance, where he talked of himself and Kate going to school together. He stated during the show Kate was his first crush. "We were actually at school together, this is true. We were at the same school," he told Kate, who was sitting with William in the royal box. "I was a bit younger than you, but this is the first time I've seen you since school, so hello. I don't know whether it's appropriate given the circumstances, but you were probably my first ever crush." Then he called out Prince William of giving him a very sharp look. Of course, it's all for jokes as it is stand-up comedy. MJ said it best, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so royal or not, shoot or shoot. Roman Kemp. This radio DJ got his 15 seconds of flirtation backstage at a party at the palace. Roman has stated he nervously told Kate she looked fit, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is British slang for you look good. Actually, don't correct me because I know I'm right. I know my roadman slang. Roman revealed how he massively broke royal protocol at the after party, confessing, "I'm terrible at royal protocol when you meet a royal and what you have to say. I make mistakes all the time. Yesterday, Princess Kate was there. She looked amazing," Roman said, adding, "I saw her and she said, 'You look great.' And I said to her, 'Wow, yeah, you look really fit.'" He then revealed how he tried to claw it back, saying, "No, not like that," he stressed. Then I went, "You look amazing." You sure saved it, Roman. As smooth as a $5 whiskey, man. One Direction. Harry, 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 you cheeky flirt. No, not Prince Harry, but Harry Styles. It's not what was said, it's how he said it, and by anyone who knows how to flirt, you know what I mean by that. Kate Middleton was reportedly asked who was the better looking One Direction band member, and she reportedly giggled before replying. But let's be real, it was probably Harry Styles. Even if Kate was diplomatic about it, Harry reportedly told reporters, "I said congratulations on the bump and she didn't look bumpy." Flattery is a key to the heart, even for royals, or maybe more so for royals. Harry wasn't trying anything here, but when you spit game so well, sometimes people are hitting the crossfire. Angelina Jolie. Yes and no. Just hear me out. Angelina has never been caught flirting with Kate, but Kate does have a little bit of admiration towards her. In fact, her friends call Kate's love for Angelina Jolie her lady crush. I mean, can we argue it? It's Angelina Jolie. She's not just beautiful, but she's also an amazing soul. I'd dance on broken glass for eye contact with her, and don't say you wouldn't do the same. I mean, Kate, I know you and Prince William are fairly sturdy in your marriage, but she is recently single. Do what you will with that information. It's for charity. I mean, anything for charity, right? "Catherine, I think you can stop flirting with them now." Prince William joked in front of a group as Middleton giggled and playfully bantered on the phone, according to a report from Hello. "Sorry, my wife is just embarrassing me," he added to one of the male brokers. Kate and Prince William had a bit of a competition during the ICAP charity day. They were running a call room to raise money and Kate didn't want to lose as she got a bit flirty to secure that victory. "I love it, Kate, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It's not your fault Prince William can't out-flirt you on the phone." The event looked like a fun time all around. One photo, and a million rumors to follow. A simple photo sparked up article after article. Kate partook in a racing exercise ahead of the 2017 America Cup. For safety purposes, Kate wore a helmet. When Ainsley adjusted Kate's helmet to make sure it was on tight, everyone hopped on the conclusion bus and assumed that they were making eyes at one another. This was of course blown out of proportion, but at the same time, there is a fine line between nice and flirting, so I get where maybe people misread the situation. Relax though, it was safety precautions and safety precautions only. These flirtation rumors after some time were dismantled, and they should be. Like I said, it's a fine line. And here's that fine line again. Words of headlines not my own stated this: Duchess Kate Middleton and her brother-in-law Prince Harry were recently caught by photographers exchanging flirty glances. The pictures were during the Diamond Jubilee celebrations in honor of Queen Elizabeth II. Standing with the royal family on the famous balcony, Kate and Harry swapped what appeared to be secretive smiles and a knowing laugh, while William had his head turned. Now, this could be flirting or it could be awkward eye contact broken with a smile. We know outlets like to twist kindness for flirtation, so let me know your thoughts. Anti-flirt. Wingwoman Kate stated in the book Future Queen, Will was getting hit on by this girl at a party and it was getting quite uncomfortable because he couldn't shake her off. He was being really polite, but this girl didn't get the hint. All of a sudden, Kate came up behind him and put her arms around him. He said, "Oh sorry, I've got a girlfriend," and then he and Kate went off giggling. That's a true soulmate right there. I think someone does this to girls when I go out because they all seem to avoid me like I have a girlfriend, so whoever's doing that, thank you. Prince William. Well, of course, the couple have flirted, they're married. They're married, but their love story is pretty awesome. She actually had a bit of a celebrity crush on him and even had his poster on the wall. They ended up meeting and are now married with a flame still lit. In their marriage, we can see them smiling, flirting, and joking on a consistent basis. I think their relationship is strong, and I hope it stays that way until their final days. Thanks for watching.